Welcome to CSEGuru. The next topic we will discuss under C programming is for loop in C. For loop is also called pre-test loop, entry controlled loop, or top testing loop. So the concept of pre-test loop and post-test loop and its difference we have already discussed. I will provide the link in the description for your reference. So pre-test loop is nothing but before executing the body of the loop, first the loop expression will be tested. Only when the loop expression is evaluated to true, then only the body of the loop will execute. So for example, if you are considering the for loop, there are three expressions in for loop. Here, first expression is nothing but the initialization of variable. And second expression is nothing but the condition evaluation. So this is nothing but the loop expression. And the third expression is nothing but updating the variable value, either by incrementing the variable value or decrementing the value. So here if you are considering, this is the loop expression. So before executing the body of the loop, here loop expression will be tested first. Only when the loop expression is evaluated to true, then only this body of the loop will execute. So before executing the body of the loop, first itself loop expression will be tested. So it is called pre-test loop. And here if you are considering, only when the loop expression is evaluated to true, then only the body of the loop will be allowed to execute. Suppose first itself if the loop expression is evaluated to false, means the body of the loop will not at all execute. So here entry is restricted based on this loop expression. So the for loop is also called entry controlled loop. And here, since the loop expression is tested at the top, that is before executing body of the loop, at the top itself loop expression is tested. So it is also called top testing loop. And for loop if you are considering, it is a condition controlled loop. So here condition is nothing but this loop expression only. So everything here we are considering based on the loop expression. So here in this loop expression we will specify the condition. Only when the condition is evaluated to true, the body of the loop will execute. So based on the condition only the for loop is working. So for loop is also called condition controlled loop. And if you are considering the structure of the for loop, here first loop expression will be there. Only when the loop expression is evaluated to true, then only the body of the loop will execute. Suppose first itself if the loop expression is tested to false, means the body of the loop will not at all execute. Control will flow to the next statements in the C code. So if the loop expression is evaluated to true, then only the body of the loop will execute. So this is the structure of the for loop. Next, syntax for loop. For, this is a keyword. And immediately after this keyword, you have to place open bracket. You should not give any space between this keyword and open bracket. So in C programming, wherever we are using this open bracket, we should not give space before. So for open bracket, here expression 1. And this expression is nothing but the variable initialization. Then semicolon, then expression 2. And this expression is nothing but the condition evaluation, that is the loop expression. So immediately after this loop expression, we need to place semicolon. So semicolon will separate these expressions. Then after this semicolon, expression 3, that is nothing but updating the variable value, either incrementing the variable value or decrementing the variable value. Then immediately close the bracket. And here it is compulsory, you should not place any semicolon here. So if you are placing any semicolon here, the for loop will stop here. Then after the statement, place the curly braces. So within this curly brace, this is an open curly brace and this is a closed curly brace. And here also with these statements, you should not place semicolon. So within this curly brace, whatever the body of the loop we need to specify, we can specify here. Like statement 1, statement 2, likewise we can specify here. And all the statements, so up to statement N. So all the statements has to end with a semicolon. So except few statements, that is if statement, we should not place semicolon, as well as for loop, while loop, we should not place semicolon. This expression 2 is nothing but the loop expression. And if the loop expression is evaluated to true only, this body of the loop will execute. Otherwise, the body of the loop will not at all execute. And if you are considering here, initially when the loop expression is evaluated to true, the body of the loop will execute one time. After execution, the variable value will get updated. Then immediately control will go to the for loop expression. And again here the loop expression will be tested. Again the loop expression is evaluated to true means one more time the body of the loop will execute. That is second time. And here if you are considering, whenever the loop expression is evaluated to true, the body of the loop will execute one time. And that is called iteration of the for loop. That is, if the for loop executes one time means that is one iteration. If the for loop executes two times means that is two iterations. How many times the for loop expression is evaluated to true, that many times the body of the loop will execute, and that count is called the iteration of the for loop. So this is the syntax of the for loop. Next, flowchart for loop. And if you are considering the for loop, there are three expressions in for loop. So expression 1. Expression 1 is nothing but the initialization expression. So what is the variable we are going to use in for loop? That variable we need to initialize here. So only initially to enter into the for loop, this initialization is required. Then expression 2. So expression 2 is nothing but the loop control expression. This is the main part in for loop which decides the execution of the for loop. So if the loop control expression is evaluated to true means the body of the loop will execute. So until the loop control expression is evaluated to true, the body of the loop will execute continuously. If the loop control expression is evaluated to false means the loop will exit. So how many times the loop control expression is evaluated to true, that many times the for loop will execute. But first itself the loop control expression will be tested only when the expression is evaluated to true, then only the body of the loop will execute. Initially in the starting of the for loop, variable value will get initialized, and immediately after initialization loop control expression will be tested. If the loop control expression is evaluated to true, then the body of the loop will execute. After executing the body of the loop, at the end of the body of the loop, we need to use this expression 3. So this expression 3 is nothing but the update expression. Either the variable value will get incremented or it will get decremented. So that is the purpose of expression 3. So after incrementing or decrementing the variable value, control will transfer to the for loop again. And here we are not going to check the expression 1. This expression 1 is required only for initialization purpose. Now in the second iteration, that is now first iteration is over. In the second iteration, expression 2 will be evaluated with the updated value of the variable. Suppose again if the loop control expression, that is expression 2, is evaluated to true means one more time the body of the loop will execute. At the end of the body of the loop, again the variable value will get updated, and again control will transfer to for loop. So now two iterations are over, and again if we are considering, expression 2 will execute. That is, the loop control expression will be tested with the recent updated value of variable. And again if the loop control expression is evaluated to true means one more time body of the loop will execute. So this process will continue until the loop control expression is evaluated to true. That is expression 2. Suppose at any point of time the loop control expression is evaluated to false means this body of the loop will not execute. Control will transfer to the next statements of the C code. That is, control will exit the for loop and it will go to the next statements. Suppose first itself, if the loop control expression is evaluated to false means the body of the loop will not at all execute. That is, it will not execute even one time. Control will transfer to the next statements in the C code. So How many times the loop control expression is evaluated to true, that many times the body of the loop will execute. So that count is called the iteration of the for loop. If suppose 3 times the loop control expression is evaluated to true, means 3 times body of loop will execute, and the iteration of the for loop is nothing but 3 iterations. So in for loop, if you are considering, there are 3 main expressions we have used. Expression 1 is nothing but the initialization statement, expression 2 is nothing but the loop control expression, and expression 3 is nothing but the update expression. So this is the syntax and flowchart for loop. So in this session, we have discussed the concept of for loop, its syntax and flowchart. In the next session, we will discuss the for loop expression with an example program, and also we will trace the logic in that example. Thank you for watching this video.